Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another solar panel to test. This is the BougeRV Arch Pro 200 watt, super flexible and also super light solar module made for RVs, campers and things like that. I guess the big thing about this is it's flexible, so you can kind of contour it to the shape of your camper. Never tested a super light flexible panel like this, so I'm kind of anxious to see how it does. I will say these are a little bit more expensive. This unit cost $300 on Amazon, and it's only rated at 200 watts. It uses a 16 bus bar design, and it's also shade resistant. So the way the panel is built, you can shade certain parts of the panel, and you'll still get partial output. You're not going to lose all of your output. So that may be something that some people would want to have, especially if you park under a tree a little bit and you do have a bunch of these on your camper. And being super lightweight is also a really cool feature. So we're going to unbox this thing, then we're going to connect it to a portable power station, and we're going to see exactly how much output we get out of this. We're also going to check the voltage with a multimeter, confirm what it's at. That way, for you guys at home, if you do end up getting into a panel like this, you can kind of figure out how many of these you can connect in series to your charge controller. And BougeRV makes a ton of solar and other accessories. I actually use a lot of their MC4 connectors because they seem to be some of the better quality cheap ones. And for the most part, a lot of the other stuff I've tested from them has been pretty good. You also get the user manual with it as well. So I would always recommend skimming through this to get a little bit more information. Dang, this thing is literally super flexible. Look at that. And you can see the leads for the panel, instead of being on the back like most panels, they actually have them right here up on top. And it does come pre-installed with MC4s, so you don't have to add any connectors or nothing. You can literally take this thing out of the box, mount it, and it's plug and play ready to go. So very light. This thing probably weighs 10 pounds. You also get some little eyelets right here. They're gonna let you run screws or bolts to whatever surface you're putting this on. Here's what the back looks like. It is not a bifacial panel, just a normal sealed back. And that's really it, not much more to see. So we're gonna go ahead and set this thing up and do some testing. So what I did is I went ahead and threw the panel on top of my golf cart. So it's pretty much exposed perfectly to the sky. However, we do have some overcast. So I'm actually gonna run this test twice. We're gonna run it right now, and then I'm gonna wait for a perfectly clear sunny day, and we're gonna run it again. We can kind of contrast the power difference. The main reason I still wanna test it right now, even though it's not ideal, is because I just got this thing in and I'm kind of excited to try it out. And it looks like we're getting a cloud as soon as I'm starting to test. The open circuit voltage we're getting out of this thing right now is 34 volts, which is quite high. I haven't seen really one of these individually panels go over 30 volts. A lot of them are between 20 to 25 volts. And according to the rating sticker, they rate it at 36 volts, which means it'd be really easy to put 2 or 3 of these together and have just enough voltage to start charging 48 volt power banks, because sometimes some charge controllers don't like to charge 48 volt if you're not producing more than that for solar. So having 2 of these would easily be able to accomplish that. What I have here is a Pecron E1000 lithium iron phosphate power station. I have an adapter here, so we're gonna go ahead and connect the solar panel to it. And what's cool about this power station is a very efficient and very effective built-in MPPT solar charge controller. All right, we're plugged in. So with the sky, as you see it, not perfect. This thing's putting out 168 watts. So that is pretty good. Not bad for not being midday and a little bit of cloud cover. We're up to about 170. Seems to be where it's leveling off at. Now that's a very respectable number. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the same test, but we're gonna do it on a perfectly clear day. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. I went ahead and threw the BougeRV flexible 200 watt panel just on the ground, but it is an ideal location to get as much sun as possible. We have it connected to our Pecron E1000 portable power station. This is gonna give us a live reading of how much power the panel is generating. So we're gonna wait until this thing gets full sun, and we're gonna see what the max output we can get out of it is. Now we do have some big clouds in the sky, but there is a lot of clear areas, so we should be able to get a good power number. Looks like we're at, so far, 180 watts. That's pretty good for a 200 watt rated panel. I'm gonna see if it'll settle down a little higher than that. Nope, seems to be about the max we're gonna get right now. So if this thing will truly make 180 watts continuous, that is about 90% of the rated output, and I would consider that pretty good, especially because some of the other budget panels I've tested, we've really only got about 75 to 80% of the output. So doing real world tests like this will give anyone at home an idea of how many of these you would actually need to supply your load, because if you go off just the sticker rating, you may be a little bit disappointed when you don't get the full output, and a lot of panels will not give you that full output. That's really under 100% ideal conditions, and that's hard to replicate in the real world because of your mounting system, where you're at in the world, and all those factors. But I would say 180 watts is still a very solid number out of this very lightweight and very easy to move around panel. That's all I got for now, guys, on this BougeRV super flexible solar panel. Let me know what you guys think about the performance of this panel, and if you guys are using this in the real world in your situations, on your setups, let me know the type of luck you guys are having. Now, my biggest question with a panel like this, how long or how well will this hold up over time versus a standard solar panel? So I guess only time will tell. I would like to get a few more of these and maybe put them on my enclosed trailer. It's really awesome how lightweight and easy it is to work with these. So I do kind of see why a lot of people like using them. And the fact that it can contour to the less than flat shapes that your camper might have, that's pretty cool as well. Anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.